She's free. Late this afternoon, Betty Smithey walked out of Arizona State Prison a free woman 49 years after she went in for murdering a toddler. It took an order from the governor, the agreement of the Clemency Board, and Smithey's own willpower to set her free. KGUN 9 on your side's Craig Smith was there when Smithey got the news.
Betty Smithey had more time in prison than any other woman in the American prison system. Now that unwelcome title will go to someone else, thanks to a ruling by the Clemency Board.
This meeting is officially adjourned. Congratulations. May God be with you.
Betty Smithey thanked the Clemency Board for the freedom she has not felt since prison bars closed behind her almost 50 years ago. She was just past her teens with a history of mental illness when she killed a toddler she'd been hired to babysit. Earlier, she told the board how and why she began to turn her life around. The inspiration was a letter from the mother of the baby she killed. 19 years after the murder, the child's mother forgave her.
If she could do that, then it was my responsibility to try and become a better person than the person that I was. And ever since that I received that letter, I started slowly turning things around.
A long line of supporters testified she has turned her life around. From friends and relatives she has loving relationships with despite the prison walls. From the psychiatrist who says Smithey is free of the mental illness she displayed years before, to the U of A professor who's represented her for 41 of her 49 years in prison.
I feel terrific. I mean, this is probably the best day of my professional life.
Becky Wilson is the niece who will take Smithey home and help her adjust to a world very different from the one she left in 1963. What's it been like for you through this whole process when you saw there was some hope and then you sat through that hearing and you saw the outcome?
Actually, to be honest, I had faith from the start. When we first heard that we were having the initial hearing, I was just in a relaxed atmosphere. It's time. I had faith that it was going to happen.
One person who might have applauded Betty Smithey's release was not here at the prison to see it. The woman whose child Smithey killed, the woman whose letter of forgiveness set Smithey on the road to repentance and release, died 10 years ago. At the women's prison in Perryville, Craig Smith, KGUN 9 on your side.
By the way, Smithey concedes she was angry and rebellious through most of her childhood. Her attorney says she was abused and shuffled through foster homes, but never used that as an excuse for her behavior.